back to my channel and to Craft With Me Monday. So today we are making cards because that's what we drew out of there. So I was busy playing and then I thought, oh, I should be recording this and getting you to craft along with me. So that's why my desk is kind of not clean. So, well, let's see what I did. So I thought we could do a few different types. They don't have to be, if you want to make them a birthday card, leave it a blank so that you can just put a greeting on there, whatever you want as you need. But they're kind of nice to have on hand, just in case you need that special little thinking of you card or something. So I like to make cards myself. So for me, it's all about layers. And here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. Well, and then I guess if you want to count the card. You can decorate the card on the inside or not, whatever you so desire to do. They don't have to be very detailed. You can have just very simple. And this one here, I just basically took a piece from one of the pages, added a few little fancy layers to it, and the black just seems to anchor things. Now this one here for me is more of a spring summer thing. That's why I went with all light colors, but it really could have used a black in there to just give it a pop. So, well, let's go have some fun. So I have my cards ready to go, and I got my stuff cut out. Now what I did here was I just gathered a bunch of things and cut it. Oh, there's a piece of scrap, we'll use that. And I just cut different things out that I thought would be nice to make into a card. So put me on pause and go gather up your stuff that you would like to use. And those are all from the kits. I've got my little surprise for you. But what I did too here was I just gathered up scraps and pieces. I went through the kit and decided what I wanted to use as, not that one, use as a card. See, this would be another one that would just be a really pretty card with a little saying in there. Happy birthday, or thinking of you, or whatever. And look at that one. Beautiful. But I also have some that are just for a plain background and some that I've already used. And of course, for different layers and whatnot. And my surprise for you is, well, no, wait. Before we do the surprise, this here, I wanted some small embellishments for the card. So what I did was I printed these two to a page. So that just makes them a little smaller. Well, half the size. And that's kind of a nice size, I think. So that's that. And then my little surprise for you, which later on in the video, I'll give you a password that you can go, and the link will be in the description. And I'll give you the password that you just need to follow that link and put in the password, and you can grab these. So we have a lovely set of beautiful ladies holding the little Easter bunnies, and I think we have lamb here and some not holding anything, just some flowers. And then we have these photos, which, how adorable are those? Come on, little kids playing in the field. Oh, so look at that. So cute. And then we have the bulldog clips, I believe those are called. And we have one page that's a backing page, or in this case, it's going to be a base for my cards. And then we have words. Now, I have been into these words. So don't mind them if they've been cut already. but they're the same words, but on different backgrounds, different colors. Well, maybe the same background, but different colored words. And as you can see, these are the ones that I've been into. And then this one here, I wanted to show you because this here, you can just basically print it on any paper you want. So if you're working on, a specific journal and you have a page that you would like to make words from, then just print it on that page. So this is the little surprise that I had for you. And like I said, we're going to work with some of this today. And the password I will give to you a little later. I gotta make you watch the whole video. Come on now. So there's some pieces in that Easter that just even by itself would make a very pretty card. If you needed just a real quick thinking of you card or whatever, just something very, very simple. You can take then and highlight, color in these, the tulips, sorry, color in these to give it some pop. Maybe color her hat or maybe her hair. Just something to give it some pop, and that would be very pretty. So you could do something like that. You could take and you could cut this part out and then put a different layer in behind it to give it again, more of a pop, if you did something like that. Now, my cards are only a 4 by 5.5, I believe, so I can't do a lot. But if you make a bigger card, then you definitely can get more onto it. Another thing you can do is work it like a collage. So you could start, maybe, I don't know. You could just collage it. Another one is something like this. This is, we'll do a collage in a bit. This one here is very pretty too. Maybe it's a travel time. And maybe you want to say to somebody, get your bags packed, let's go. You can do, just something simple like that, and a little, get packed or whatever you want to do. Just some different ideas. And like I said, they don't have to be difficult cards to make. They don't have to have a whole bunch of frills and whatnot. They just have to be whatever you want them to be. So this is one that I was working on when I went, I should be doing this on camera. Instead of giving you a bunch of samples, let's just do them, right? So what I did here was I took my Distressed Oxide in the Victorian Velvet and I just did around here so that anything that I put on here, like so, is going to have a nice background. And again, that's just one of the pages. Now, one thing to keep in mind when making cards is keeping in mind, are you mailing them? If you're mailing them, are you going to make them really heavy by adding layers and layers and lots of cardstock and make it that you have to pay, more than just a normal stamp to get it mailed? Or if you make it too lacy and whatnot, then it's going to get caught in the envelope as you're trying to stuff it in. So I always try to make them as thin as I can, but with still giving it some life, right? You know what I mean? Like this one here, I told you how many layers it's got, but it's still a very thin card and still easily, it's sturdy. It's going to stand on its own, but it is still thin enough that it's not going to bulk up in the mail too much. So that's another thing to keep in mind. And I'm putting things over here out of my way. Okay, so this here, I'm an inker, so I'm going to ink. And I think this, because I have the pink already on here, I think I'm just going to do I think this is ground espresso. And of course, I got everything except my inker. Where did it go? Okay, so we're going to scratch that. And we're just going to use this one, because I can't find my, you know, the thing I always use. You know, the thing that does this color. This, but in the other color. But this looks okay. I don't mind this. This is Forest Moss, I believe. Yeah, I don't mind that. Let's give it a little bit of something, something. Just a little something, something. This takes that away. And I like this up top because of what I plan on doing with this. I like the lighter colors. That's what's going to be seen as the bottom, is the lighter colors. Now this here, I use this glue. You can use the double-sided tape, but I use this glue because it's my go-to glue, but it also doesn't, I find it doesn't wrinkle the page. Doesn't bubble it up. And let's just get that out of there. Okay. Come on. There. Okay. Put a little border around there. You don't have to put it even either. You could put it over to one side. You could, many different things you can do. And so then what I thought I would do is I'm going to use these bulldog clips, and let's see, we're going to take one of our photos. Let's take this one here because that just looks so cute to me. Oh, wait. Which ones to use? I love them all. First one here is the little girls dancing. Let's see. I know. Don't overthink it. I do. I overthink it a lot. I think I'll stick there. There we go. Decision made. So now let's see. We have a few different colors, and I think I'm going to use that one. Okay, so let's see what else I had. I had a piece of scrap paper here that I had when I was playing that I thought I could use. There it is. Because then it just kind of gives it, you can do it, kind of make it so that it looks like you have things clipped together. That's what I like to do. And that was another inspiration that I got from Rose, is that this little technique here, she did it in I think she made a paper clip out of it, if I remember correctly. And let's see, that's too bold. This is some paper that I had sitting on my table from another project that I did. I was making some, yes, that's what I was doing. I was, oh my goodness, I think I need another cup of coffee. I've already had 2. But my brain isn't working today, so let's just take, and you know, if you rip towards you this way, then you don't, well, you're not supposed to you don't get that white edge, but if you do it backwards, if you do it backwards, you don't get the white edge. If you do it this way, you do. Yeah, whatever. So I'm just going to pretend that this is a lot of layers, and we're going to maybe put this like this and just kind of layer them off to the side. I'd prefer to see some of those layers here, like so. You don't have to show a lot. This has to be. Okay, so I'm going to stop overthinking. And I'm just going to put a little glue down here. so I'm just going to get that in there. Now we're going to... There's so many beautiful cards out there, but I like to just keep them simple. I just don't like to overcomplicate them too much. But there's some beautiful stuff out there. Very beautiful creators out there. I think we're going to just do that. Like so. Another great way to get rid of your scraps, right? And I think I'm going to keep that as enough. I don't like the black on there. We're going to do this. And I'm going to just take and, of course that part I didn't have ready. With the little hole there, I'm just going to take my small one and just put a hole in there. Like so. Just like so, okay? And then we're just going to take and glue this in. Now you can put some black in there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the words. I'm going to put the black layer on the words just to bring in a little bit of contrast. And I didn't pre-cut any words, so we'll have to hunt and hopefully you're crafting along with me and you're just listening to me babble on. That would be good. So we're just going to do that. And we're just going to make it look like it's been clipped here. There. And then I'm going to let's see, what shall we use here? I am going to use maybe the blueprinting. Yeah, let's use the blueprinting. And let's go, oh, let's do Whispering Winds, because it looks like they've got flowers or petals or something. Flying around in the wind. This is something to sit down while you're watching TV and just cut them out. Another thing to do is I'm going to cut them and make it 2 words instead of 1. And then another thing to do with these is to make little clusters. Those are nice to do ahead of time, so you just have to grab them when you need them. I went on a cluster making binge, and I love clusters. And well, I've got lots and lots. I'm good to go for a little while. Ink lady that I am. It almost looks like that needs to be just a little. There we go. And let's get this guy inked up too. I'm just going to take and trim a little bit of that off so it's more centered. Okay. And then we're going to take this here. I see I cut that nice and straight, but that's okay because the way that I do these is I put them in place and then I trim as I need them to be trimmed. Am I out of view here? I bet you I am. I'll bet you I am. Okay. Back there. And then we're just going to, oops, I moved it. Still a little movable. Just a little bit. The black on there just really makes things, draws your eyes to it. And that's what I like. Okay. So then, I keep thinking this is a piece. We can do this. We can put one up here. But I kind of like this. I like this. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to do it like, maybe like so. Let's just do it. All right, let's just do it. You can fuss with it a little bit while you got your glue on there. Okay. Now we could put it over like that. I don't want to hide this. And I don't want to hide them. Let's do it here. But I want this straight. I don't want this to be on an angle. And I'll put this down here. There. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. Okay, where did all my papers go? What did I do with those papers? Here we all are. Here we all are. Okay. I'm just going to put this guy over here. We may have an avalanche by the time we're done. I don't know. One thing to remember to do as well is to take and make sure your crease, your fold here is a nice crisp one. Oop, but don't do that. But don't do that. Okay, so now what are we going to do with this one? Let's see. This one here, let's do this. Should we do this one? Look how pretty that is. That's gorgeous. Don't even have to do anything to it. We're going to, but you don't have to. So I'm just going to take and, I like the torn edge, but I don't want to tear it too much. I just want to make it that I can tear it and tear it, but still have it wide enough. And I don't like to have to cut that off, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Right? Done. That's the piece. We'll use that a little later. We'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of that. Okay, so we could put another black background on that. See how that just pops, eh? Now, you don't have to do the tear. You could do the cut and make it perfectly perfect. In fact, this one here, I'm just going to cut this a little bit off. Just because it doesn't have to look like that. And I am going to do a black background because I have it here and I like it. You don't have to do black backgrounds if you don't want to, but I do. So we're just going to take, I don't measure, I just cut around it and trim it as I need it. So how about this time we do incorporate a little bit of gold in there. Yeah, I don't want to do that. Now I gotta trim this. There we go. Right, let's get that out of there. And I can see I need to cut. Do I want that to be the full size of the card? Or do I want a little white? See, yeah, we could do. Yeah, we could do that. But we could also do the white. I like the white. Yeah, I like the white. So we're just going to take and cut a little bit off of here. And I use, to make sure that I go straight, I'm going to use the card. Line it up good like that. And we're just going to cut it like so. And now we have a nice backing. And then I need to take a little more off of this. So let's just take a little bit more. Get out of the way. You see how what I've done? I've got myself worked into, I got all my stuff over here, all crowding me in. Because that's what I do best. Okay. Beautiful. Now, because I have it here and I like it, I'm thinking, what if we took and got our handy dandy finger tool out and just gave it little bits, kisses of gold. Just little kisses. Kiss, kiss, kiss. That looks pretty on that black. That's going to be very pretty. I've run out of gold. So let's get a little more. I like how it looks, how it goes on the ragged edge, the torn edge. Gives it a nice look. Okay, not much there. Let's see. Okay. It's not Christmas time, so I just want to do a little gold. There we go. Look at that. Okay, I just gotta find my. I hadn't planned. I didn't plan on doing that. That was a moment. I'm just gonna get my wet one out here. There we go. After I'm done this, I really, oh, I got two. Okay. After I'm done this, I really got to clean off my desk. I really do. It's hard to get creative when you got such a mess happening. So we're going to put that over there for future use because I know I'll need it again. Okay, look at how pretty that is. And that's just adding a little bit of gold. No, oh, well, let's get this in place. The cardstock that I'm using as the backing is a pretty thick one. Okay, let's put that down there like so. Oh, shoot. Look at that. That's okay. That's okay. No worries. No worries. We almost golded the bird. Make sure I don't have any gold in here. There we go. Pretty. Now, I do want to give this another. I am working here, I am looking to see if I can find, if I can see my, my little one for my ground espresso. I dropped it on the floor once and picked it up already. And I don't think I'm going to, I think this pulls in that green there, and that's why I thought it might be nice to have just a little bit of the white and the green together. That looks pretty. Okay, so let's get that in place. I don't want to smear any gold. And like I said, you can definitely use that double-sided tape for this, but I find that it's okay with the glue. If I would have been thinking, I would have put this layer on first, and then my glued layer, my golded layer on next, so I don't have to be so careful around the edges. But there we go. And while I'm thinking here, we have pink words. So let's do the pink ones, because I think that would look pretty in here. And yeah. Oh, Whispers of Spring. Yeah, Whispers of Spring. Our Petals of Promise. Oh, Petals of Promise. Let's get that over here. We'll cut them both out because, well, we'll probably use them both anyways. Won't we? Okay, so I just need to trim. And trim. And so while we're here, this one I think I'm going to leave it whole and that one whole. So let's get our black again. And let's see, I think we have it right here. Oh, I have black there too. I have black everywhere. Okay. And I think we'll do the green around this too. We got it pretty good, yeah. Yep. Just to give it that little kiss of definition. Like so. And then while I'm here, might as well get this one done too. And then I might as well put that over here. this one in here. And we'll cut two at the same time. That's a novel idea. Okay. Awfully quiet. There we go. Petals of Promise. Now we can do it down here. Or we can do it up here. I kind of like to get that out of the way. Maybe that's saying, hey, put me in there too. Maybe that's what it was saying, eh? I think we were going to do that, but we're going to ratty-tatty up. This is my beloved quilt. If you've been watching my videos, you all know about my quilt. Crazy woman. She's a crazy woman. Okay, so this one doesn't have any pattern on it. So we'll just put this right here. I should have done that instead, shouldn't I have? Well, do it how we like to do it, right? There we go. And I actually don't mind that. I don't like it that big though. We're just going to bring that down a little bit, like so, and then we'll give it free. We're free. Here we go. Okay. And I think we're going to do that right in there. Yeah, we'll leave the bird up there. Now you could add a pretty little butterfly into that. I'm not going to, I don't think. We'll have to see. But you could. You could add a pretty butterfly. I would need, oh, yeah. Well, unless we covered the bird. I could cover the bird. What do you think? Oh, there we go. Do we want to? Or don't we? Do we? Don't we? I don't think we do. Not today, butterfly. Okay. So then I think what we're going to do is I think we're going to get that gold out and we're going to put a little gold in there. I think so. I just need to find my, excuse me, because a little toothpick will do. A little toothpick will do. All the tools of the trade. Excuse me. I don't know if you can see that, but it just gives it just the nicest little sparkle. And I don't think we're going to do it on the other ones. We're just going to do it on this big one. There. Pretty. Okay. But we're going to let that dry. We won't touch it. And we'll move on to our next one. I'm going to get rid of that toothpick. And put it over there. I cleaned the glue or the gold off. Very pretty. I don't know if you can see that or not. Okay, next. Next, I gotta put this somewhere though that I don't touch it. So let's dry. Okay. So next, let's see, what do we have? We could have this guy here. Now, if you watched my last week's Trash to Treasure video, or my Trashy Tuesday video, well, then you would see what this is. So this here is a piece of paper towel that I had used for dyeing, resting my paper clips, my rusty paper clips on, and it came up this beautiful, beautiful color. And so as soon as I did this, I thought this could be a really pretty background for a card. And as you bring it to life by just gently rubbing the pad over it, distressing ink, just kind of brings those letters, makes them pop. And what could we put on there? We could put on just a plain, simple, I thought about this guy, but that just doesn't go. But look at this. No, where's my little girl? Where's the little girl? This is another one that'd be beautiful on a card. Oh, I kind of like that. Ooh, do you like that? What I was looking for was, I don't see her here. I cut out a little girl with her holding a bunny. And there she is. I thought of her. Kind of like the little girl, the alphabet. But I really like that butterfly on there. That looks really, actually really nice, doesn't it? Yeah. I can't hear you. Are you in agreement with me? Well, we can do the little girl on something else. I think we're going to do the butterfly on this. I think so. So, what could we do to this butterfly to make it? First of all, I think it needs, you heard me, you're going to hear me, a black background. Let's see. Black background? Yeah. Obviously not with this piece of paper though. So I'm just going to pause you and then I shall be right back. Okay, I'm back and I have my new sheet of black and I'm just going to put this on here and decide how much black I want showing around this. And I can see it's not quite straight. So let's just take and straighten this out. Like so, maybe? Nothing like black to show you how the faults. And we're just going to, this is just a piece of paper towel folded in half, and so it's not meant to be perfecto. But we're going to maybe give it one. Yes, my little nugget. My little nugget has been sleeping in here, supervising me. Yes, he was just saying, look, I'm awake. I'm awake. There we go. Okay, I would actually like to take and tear that a little bit, make it not so perfect. Does that make sense to you? I can see that that is not perfect. Let's see. Yeah, I can see where it goes up. I followed the line. Now let's do this. Let's do this. Like so and like so. There. There we go. That's better. That looks better. So now I am going to glue this down first before I do anything else. My sides are the same. Some of the papers, if you look at them, they have kind of a texture on the one side and not on the other side. So when I see a textured one, I try to keep that to the top. I'm going to put this down here because I can see exactly what's happening. I can see. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to glue this in. This is a really fun little way to use up items that you don't want to throw away. They're not dirty, they're just have pretty color on them. I have ones that are tea stained, coffee stained. Okay, that should be enough glue. Hold that down and get that right in there. Like so. And it gives it a nice little texture. And then we're going to put, I think I should outline, not outline, but ink. And I'm going to go with this one because I still haven't found my other. And that's what I could have done while I put you on hold there when I shut the camera off. I could have gone on a hunt. But I didn't. I wanted to get back to doing this. Yeah. I enjoy making cards. And then also you can use these in your junk journals as well. You can maybe don't make a card, make a journaling card. Okay, and that. We're just going to do that. I got glue everywhere. Okay. Pretty, pretty. Yeah, that's going to be very pretty too. And we're just going to put you right in there like so. Like so. I should have moved it over. Oh well. The glue tells me where it's going to be, and that's where she's going to be. Okay, so now we need another word. And I think this time, let's see what color should we use. I think that's crooked, to be honest. Oh, look I can move it. Oh, look at that. Oh, let's give it some more glue and put it the right way this time. Because I didn't like that. It wasn't the way that I wanted it to be, so I risked it I took a risk and it paid off. Okay. Now let's put this in a little more carefully. Okay. Measure these, measure that. I think I want right about there. Right about there. Yeah, that's better. That's better. There we go. Okay. Now the Whispers of Spring, I don't like it in the pink. It's not Seeds of Growth. So let's go back to the yellow. To the yellow ones. I think that one would be pretty. Not the blue. I could use just the straight black ones too, but the black and white ones, but I don't want to do that. Let's see. That one a little better. Okay. Which one should we do? Soaring Spirit. Maybe a Soaring Spirit. Yeah, you could use this as just 2 words, soaring and spirit, or you put them together because this is a soaring spirit. And because I think I'm just going to leave it as 1 word. Okay, black, where'd you go? Black is such a classy color, I tell ya. White is elegant. Black is classy. Okay, so I'm just going to, let's give this a little inking too. There we go. We'll just give that a little glue. Oh, we got time for one more? I think I'm getting very close to my 1 hour. I think so. Maybe we'll cut it here. We've done a few. You should get the idea. Oh, I didn't use any of the... Okay, maybe we'll do one more. Because I wanted to show you how we can do the ratty-tatty torn. Like we did the... like we did in the challenge. Because that would make an awesome card, I believe. And if it doesn't, well, it'll be a journal card. Or whatever. I am one that likes to put, I don't know, I kind of have a place all the time to use. I put my words, but I did see that I did mix it up a little bit. That's good. I did. I'm learning in my old age. Usually I'm one to put them up here. But I see I didn't on all of them. And is that right about even? Yeah, a little over. Oh. Well, that's where she is. So there, oh, that's what I was going to do. So let's add some bling. Yeah, where's my bling? Maybe we can't add bling because I can't find it. But oh, I know. People hate this when you go off camera and you don't know what to do. Oh, there. I found it. Let's add some glitter glue and just put a little bit of, I don't have pink, but we'll put a little bit in here just to give it a little bit, maybe on the wings. And make sure that it's going to go down. Yep, okay. Another one that we'll have to, don't come out so far, so fast. Yeah, we'll just do around in here. Just a little. This is a butterfly after all. Pretty. Oh, I think Nugget's saying I've had enough in here. There we go. Just adding your own little spin to it, right? Just add your own little spin. Another card that I will have to take and put somewhere that it doesn't get pushed up. Okay, so let's do one more, just because we can, and clean up some of my scraps, because we can. Oh, there were so many things I wanted to show you guys, but oh, I just didn't get there. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I hear you, buddy. I hear you. Okay, yeah. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'm back. And just a real quick one. Just to, I don't know, just to show you that it doesn't always have to be perfect. And it always doesn't have to be just big pieces, doesn't have to be all made into one. It can be all sorts of things. Kind of like you're making a masterboard. Yeah, kind of like you're making a masterboard. But we're going to think it out a little bit. Maybe we'll just keep maybe we'll just think it out a little bit. And if this doesn't work, I won't put it in here. But we will put this in there. I don't know why. It's very dry in here. It's that time of the year, I suppose, eh? Okay, so if we do this, and if we do this, let's just make this a little straighter. Like so, maybe. I don't mean straighter, I mean this. And then maybe this like this. And maybe this. Okay, let's just start. We're doing a masterboard, right? Let's just get this off there. There we go. Okay. So we're just going to give this a little bit of gluing here. Okay, good to know. Like Nugget is telling Grandpa stories. I think he's telling them stories. Oh, let's just. There we go. And then just going to do a little here. A little here. Oh, no, wrong way. This way. There we go. Get rid of that glue up there. Now we're starting to get a page. Like so. Okay. So let's put you in here. I think we should ink you though, shouldn't we? Any ink left on this? Not really. And because now I've lost this one that went on this one. Oh boy. Okay. And let's get this in here. This in here. I don't want to glue it directly onto the card because that'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. But I think this is a good, yeah. Let's just do this right about here. Right? It's a good way to use up scraps again. I'm always looking for ways to use up scraps. Yeah, I like that. Oops, don't glue it down. Don't glue it down. There we go. Okay, a little piece in here. No, I don't want that. Don't want that. Just, you're overthinking it again, so you're overthinking it. Oh, look at this. This is pretty in there. Let's just do this. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay. Right about. I got a little bit of glue on that back page there. And I think that's a good size. Right in there. Like so. Got that glue there that really wants to stick. Okay. And I like that. I think I might take and this is too big. This is too big. Let's just narrow this down, eh? There. Too big. There we go. I like that. I like that. That kind of incorporates this color into there. But I think we might just do it up like so. And do it right about. That glue just really wants to stick. And I'm telling it, no, 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 nay, nay. I should have known this wasn't going to be a short video. Shouldn't I have? Once I get going, you know. Good thing you can speed me up. I hope I inspired you to make some cards today. I've been needing to make cards for quite a while now, and I keep putting it off because it's very time consuming for me. So this was really a good thing to pick. So now I'll be making cards for a little while. And that'll be good for me. That'll be good for me. Okay, let's see. What we need a little something right there. Beautiful. Okay. Let's get a little more glue on this one. It's just going to move this in there like so. Move it back a bit. Move it out a bit. Move this way. There we go. I'm happy with that. And I am just going to leave this little bit hanging over because I think that's okay. And we're just going to touch up some glue here. Oh my goodness, this glue. And it's not like it's that empty either. Okay, so let's get a little inking done. What could I have possibly... Oh, there it is. Creepers, creepers. Let's get some inking in here. Okay. All right. You always could take and do a little bit of bringing that color in too, right? I don't know what I'm going to put on here yet. So it might not even be seen. And now if you wanted to too, you could take and you could sew around in here. You could sew the different patches. I'm not going to do that today, but that's another thing you could do with them. Okay. There we go. Now, what shall we put on here? Whatever we do should have... There, I like that. How's that? And then if we just take and just a hint around to kind of dull that white a little bit. I see a little bit of glue needed here. Oops, there we go. Okay, now we can put the tree there. And put whispers. No, that's not the right color, is it? Let's see. Let's see. Oh, look at the little bird. There's so many things to use. Look, oh, look at him. Ooh, look at the bug. Look at the bug. Bugs come out in spring like that. Oh, but look at this. Oh, look at this little kitty cat. No, it needs a darker background. So far, that's the winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Or, sorry. I don't know why. My voice is going away. It's telling me it's time to stop talking. Oh, I kind of like that. I think I'd do it in threes, so... No, but what about that butterfly? Oh, my voice is completely gone. Nope. Okay. Anyways. Nope. Well, I am going to just take and leave it as this is. And there's my unfinished card that I will figure out what I want to put on there, but you don't need to see me trying to figure it all out. So there's one we did with our own collage. Here's one we did using the background paper and the freebies. And there's one we did using the paper towel. And this one we did using the... Oops, don't get that bit on there. Let's try, okay. And there's one we did using just the picture from the background, adding some gold to it. So, there's that. And then, let's see what we're going to do next week. Oh, there's Nugget thinking, oh, it must be supper time. Let's just put them all on there. Okay, let's pick that one. And what are we doing? What are we doing? We're going to do belly bands. That's cool. Belly bands it is next week. I can't wait till I pull the one that says we can actually do the journal. So, I didn't write it down. So let me write it down on here for you. The password that you're going to need to get that lovely freebie that I have for you, that Rose has generously given us, is, drum roll again, this is all in capitals, Spring Fling. Those are eyes. Capital eyes. There we go. So that's your password to go to the link and grab the freebies. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm glad that you joined me. I maybe went a little longer than what I had planned, but I'm glad you stayed with me if you did. And if you crafted along with me, show me the cards that you made. I'd love to see them in the group. If you're part of my Facebook group, make sure you post them in there too. I'd love to see them. All right. Thank you guys very much, and have yourselves a great day. Bye-bye.